Hi, welcome back to another episode of the Peri-Pigs with me, Veronica Pig.
And me, Penelope.
In this week's episode...
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day. Judgment Day.
You have to say it like that, don't you?
Judgment Day.
There we are. Judgment Day. So, Penelope, how are you? What's been going on?
What's been going on?
What's happening this week? Have you got a silly story to tell me? I need to.
Have I got a silly story?
Let me hear what's happened has hit you this week.
What catastrophes have hit me? I suppose that I've had a bit of tiredness. I was tired this week, so the brain foggy, silly stuff comes out where you just are rubbish. Useless. Specific thing that I've done that was just a bit stupid was I came home from work on Tuesday. I'd travelled. I'd had 2 really long meetings, travelled back. I was when you're so tired you could cry. You're just exhausted. And I'd come home, I'd got my stuff out the car, I'd opened the front door, then I was like, I need to bring the bin in, shut the door, sat on the sofa. And then 2 hours later realised I'd left my front door keys, including my car key, in my front door, on display for everybody who would want to have just taken my car or just walked into my house.
Okay, so I can't judge you on that because I've done that several times, but I've done it worse. I've left it overnight, and then it's that thing of like looking for your keys, can't find them, and then the final place you're like, I wouldn't have, would I? And then I found them, like, that's ice cold, keys still there.
Frozen out the front.
Yeah, and it sort of gives me a bit of faith that no one has, like, how good is that no one has?
It is quite good. Like with your front door though, you've got a good, I can't even tell you in measurements because my brain can't correlate, but your front door is a good few metres from the pathway that passes, and it's probably quite dark.
Yeah, people wouldn't necessarily
notice, and they're not close.
They would.
Mine's like really close to the road, and I've got sensor lights that come on as people walk past my front door of my house. So
you've got good neighbours.
Well, I was just lucky at that point in time that nobody had come past or nobody had noticed, because can you even imagine? Because your car insurance probably wouldn't cover that, would it? Let's be honest.
No, I don't think there's a
third-party fire and theft and perimenopause.
Yeah, caused by perimenopause. Is there a checkbox that you can tick for that on forms? There should be.
There needs to be.
There we go. We've had yet again another idea to put out there to the business world.
Do you identify as male, female? Prefer not to say.
It explains
Do you identify
a lot.
As perimenopausal, menopausal, or just
check that box balmy. And all is explained, and you'll be like, okay, that's why.
Don't need to ask any more questions at this point. Yeah. So that's a stupid thing I've done this week.
How did you react to that? Was there upset, anger?
Did you hide it? Self-abuse, probably.
Did you hide it from
No, I told him.
Husband?
No, I just told him. I was like, guess what I did again? Because it's not the first time I did it.
Yeah.
I've done it before. And the last time I did it, I had a tradesman coming round to quote for something in my kitchen, and he rang the doorbell, and I answered the door, and he was just like, I could have just let myself in. It's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad.
I know. Yeah. It's well, here we go. That's another symptom of the week to add. Have you had any new symptoms this week?
Symptom of the week.
Symptom of the week. Symptom of the week.
Symptom of the week. My symptom of the week, no.
Last week you had very sweaty pits. For the last 2 weeks you've had sweaty pit issues.
So I have had a pit issue.
Update.
Pit update. So I seem to have got some control over the pig pits this week. I scoured the internet for deodorants that might be of some benefit to me. Had a good old chat with ChatGPT because he's just like my best friend, other than you, of course. And looked for run-of-the-mill branded deodorants, and it came up with one. So I was like, right, straight on the online Tesco shop. Do they sell that one? They happen to do so. And it was on offer. So I ordered this Sure cream stick deodorant 3 times faster, specific one that's supposed to be really, really good. And so far, it seems to be successful.
So you've not had any more?
I've not had an episode.
Yeah.
No flatulence, no baby wipes.
Oh, well, this is a good news story.
This is a good
then.
news story of the week.
Yeah.
This is a good news
So
story.
there is treatment there for it, which is good to know.
You've just got to find the right product.
So once again, I just follow your lead because I'm sure I will now get this symptom because this is usually what happens. You like to lead the way on symptoms and then I like to follow because I don't like you to do these things on your own. So I like to copy you.
This is
Because
true.
we're that in tune, so my body will just go, oh, hang on.
It's just on a bit of a lag.
I need to do that as well because we
bit of a
need to
lag.
do everything together. So, yeah, so now I've already got a solution. I don't have to put any effort or work into it because I'll just ask you.
I've done the research.
Yeah.
I am
And
the
that
guinea
happens
pig.
every day. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I do appreciate that.
You're very welcome. It's worth it. If it makes your life easier,
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Because you're my best friend and I love you. So I will lead the way with the
And we're
problems.
in this together, right? So, yeah, if there's anyone else out there, there you go. We found you. Penelope's found you a solution to
I
that
found you a
little
solution.
issue.
And the other solution that I found is this really, really brilliant eye cream, Nivea Q10 anti-wrinkle filler, which is fantastic as well. Because I wake up in the morning now and I immediately feel like I need to put my eye cream, my moisturiser on as soon as I wake up. So it used to be that I'd get up, go downstairs, as everyone knows by now, feed the cats, get the coffee. But now, for the last few months, I actually go into my other room where my dressing table is, and before I do any of that, I put my eye cream and my moisturiser on, because I wake up feeling like this tight, dry, horrible
so that's,
feeling.
Skin changes then, isn't it?
Never had that before.
I do religiously put eye cream on, but
Oh,
it's
I
just
do day and
because
night.
I wake up with such dark circle. I wake up looking like a zombie every day
After your 3 hours sleep?
after my 3 hours
Or
of
a 4-hour
sleep,
marathon if you're lucky.
Yeah. Exactly that. So yeah, I have to. Yeah, I can't ever skip those bits now, just because it makes you feel a little bit better or brighter or less puffy.
Perhaps I don't get the dark eye, I get the dryness and just feel like I absolutely have to slather it all on first thing in the morning.
I look forward to that one as my next symptom.
Yeah.
Then I'll be following on shortly.
Okay.
So if you could research the eye creams for me, that'd be great.
Happy to do
Thank
so.
you very much,
Happy to
Penelope
do so.
Pig.
Let's keep you glowing. Let's keep you glowing.
So one thing I wanted to talk about this week is I had a really interesting conversation with, I always call them our fellow Peri-Pigs because we're all in this together. And I was sort of chatting about how, as you do, how are you? And a friend of mine is already on HRT and we started getting into it. And she said to me that which took me by surprise, how she's felt judged by people in her circle or people that she knows about going on to it. And I know she had a really rough ride with this. And that's what led her. I mean, that's what leads everyone to going on to HRT. I presume no one's in a position where you just fancy going on to it. Things have led up to it where you've had these massive changes that are so hard to deal with. And, that whole thing of your whole being changes. You can't cope with things like you used to. All of the symptoms rolled into one. And it can be catastrophic in what state you end up in, sort of mentally. I think most people I've spoken to have got to that point, and that's when they've, made
That's
that
when you
call.
reach out and go, right, I
Yeah.
need something here because I'm trying
It's
to manage in
serious,
other
isn't it?
ways. I'm trying to cope.
Yeah.
I've changed my diet. I'm trying to sleep. I'm looking at all
I'm on
this
a
advice or
supplement
just thinking of
and-
what I might not need to do. But no, this is a bit dark
Yeah.
now and a bit emotional. And I
feel
can't actually cope.
Like it's sort of ended the road for most people, and probably most people will go with that kind of thing of just trying to find their own solutions or ride through it. Because then you get people that just will say,
The riders.
yes,
You've got the riders that think you shouldn't do any of it.
yes,
You've got people that are scared of it because
Yeah.
there used to be a lot of bad press around estrogen and breast cancers and all those things. And again, as I say every week, I'm not a medical expert, but I think that has changed now and they've got more research and they've realised that it's not quite as bad as they thought, or it's not bad at all. I think they've removed, is it the black label warnings and stuff of things?
Oh,
because
right.
it's not such a concern.
yeah.
But it is, I think people do still have worries about it.
There is, because that fear is, it's been put out there now, isn't it? And it's got that stigma.
Yes.
And there are some real risks. And you get assessed on that, don't you? And some people get refused it on those sort of things anyway, don't they? But yeah, really, I was quite shocked by it because I'm lucky enough to be sort of around you, who's really supportive, and anyone else I know has been very supportive about what you choose to do. So I'm at the stage where I've chosen not to go down that route. And I'm trying, and I'm struggling, obviously. That's why I'm here. I'm sat before you today because I am struggling, and I realise all of that. And I'm not saying I won't go there, but at the moment I'm okay.
You're trying not to.
I'm trying not to for different reasons. But yeah, so my friend that was telling me about this had that rough ride and had gone to it, but then had sort of certain comments from other people. It's almost like dieting, isn't it? Whenever you go, and I've been on a lot of diets in my life, and everyone always has an opinion on it. I do it like this, you shouldn't do it like that, you should do it like that. All you need to do is this. Or it'll be silly things, silly advice that is not going to work for you. And I get quite defensive over that because it's like, look, I know my body, I know what I'm doing right or wrong. I've educated myself about food and calories and exercise. Whether I choose to do that or not, that's my choice. I know how hard it is. And I think that's the key point of this. When you're in it and you're having your own personal struggle, nobody else knows that but you, unless you're in that person's brain. Obviously, I'm in your brain, you're in my brain, so we get it. But for anybody else, it's rare that you can be that in tune with other people around you. So I kind of felt like, how dare you make her feel bad about that? It probably wasn't intended. It's probably just like, oh, well, you can try this, try that, or do it without. Please don't shame each other on it, because it's
such an individual thing.
It can go so dark when you're in that place and you really need that help. And HRT can be life-saving, quite literally, I think, for people.
For sure. And look, and you can have that with HRT. You have some people that decide to, or be offered and decide to take like antidepressants or anti-anxiety medication. Some people are like, yep, give it to me, I'm happy to try it. Some people are quite against it. I think it depends. Like you said, it's those stigmas and those other stories that you hear from other people. It's nice to have somebody else's point of view sometimes, especially if they've tried something and you want to know. I think you just get those people in life, we all know one.
Yes.
That don't understand that there's a time when you don't have to say everything you think.
Oh.
Don't say everything you think.
Yeah.
You might want to give some advice, or you might think about, oh, I don't agree with that, or I don't like that. Shh. Just shh.
Yeah.
You don't have to say it. Consider what you're saying and how that's going to impact the other person, because people don't. And it's like you said, it's that kind of patronising, condescending, like, oh, eat less and move more.
Yeah.
No shit, Sherlock. Like, we know that.
Yeah.
People know that. If it was that easy, then people wouldn't necessarily have problems with their weight. And I think that those of us in Peri-Pig Club, your body does change. Managing your weight gets really, really difficult. You know that you get this whole, like, the tummy fat. And that's such a common thing, and I know so many people suffer with it. You suddenly get this fat around your middle and the fat around the tummy, and there's all these scientific reasons why, apparently. But what really frustrates me, and I'm quite into health and fitness, as you know, and I was sat in the bath the other day listening to a podcast, and it was talking about, I hear it time and time and again, where you get people that, how can I lose the fat on my belly? How can I lose the fat on my thighs? And it's all very common knowledge that you can't spot reduce fat on certain parts of your body. You just have to lose fat overall, and it will come off as it comes off. That's not fair, world.
No, it's not.
Because you can't spot reduce parts of your body, but it can go on just like that. Why does nature
Within
allow...
a weekend.
Why does
Within
nature
one
allow
weekend,
it
yeah.
to just go on your stomach?
You've had
but
a
you
weekend
can't...
of debauchery, so we're going to punish you now for the next 6 weeks to get rid of this.
Yes.
Yeah.
One weekend... The scales can go up by £7.
And there's so many people. Yeah, we've all done it.
I get staggered by it.
Yeah.
I can cope with it mentally now, but like I can have a heavy weekend of like extra food and drink, and and my scales can go up by £6 or £7, and that is just ludicrous. Luckily now I'm in a place in my mind where I know that's not a fat problem and it will come back, but it will take 3 weeks for that to go back down again. Like, what is this sorcery?
Yeah.
It's not fair.
It's like a punishment that we didn't do the crime for.
It's like when you go on holiday from work and the punishment is like 400 emails when you get back.
Or you get sick. You go on holiday and then you get ill. That's a thing. There's a word for it.
Ironic.
Yeah.
Alanis Morissette. She speaks it very well in a whole
spoke
song.
the truth, yes.
She spoke the truth. I actually thought we could do that in one of our karaoke's the other. I was listening to that. I was singing along to that only yesterday, funnily
That
enough.
could be quite easy because
Would
it's
be
a bit
quite-
of word. It's quite wordy, isn't it?
It's
rather
quite
than-
wordy and it's tone. That's not the right word. What am I? Pitch?
Yeah, key
For us, key,
like key for us.
Okay, we'll
Yeah.
try that
We'll
after we
duet
finish the
that.
pod. We'll go and put it on in a
We
minute.
should.
That might cheer us up.
Yes,
we do like a karaoke.
shake off the
Shake
week
off the
that we've
week.
had.
But when you talk about this judgment, shame, and I know we were talking about HRT, but as everyone knows, we'll finish that conversation in half an hour. We've talked about shame and weight loss. Something that's very similar. That's so spoken about now, like weight loss medication and weight loss jabs. That's a huge, huge thing as well that there's judgment on.
Yeah.
There's definitely two camps, isn't there? When it comes
there's two
to...
camps. So I'm going to put my trotter up to this one now.
Up goes the trotter.
Yeah, up goes
Trotters
my
up.
Trotters up.
Trotters up, piglets. If you have been on the
I'm
weight
on
loss.
it. I've been on it for some time, and I have worked hard at it, and I have lost nearly 5 stone.
Incredible.
Go me.
Go you.
And I feel great for it.
You look great.
And I consider
would.
myself, I wish I could get paid to be an advocate for weight loss medication because I'm not ashamed of it. I tell everybody because I feel like it's a secret that shouldn't be kept. And I've struggled with weight my whole life. And like I said before, I've been bigger, I've been smaller, I've been a bit of a yo-yoer over the years. And like you said, now even more so now than ever, it's got harder and harder and harder to lose weight and keep weight off. The mental struggles with it, the food noise. I've educated myself. I know enough about calorie deficit and the right foods and exercise. And I've done it through exercise to extremes where I've got to competition level. I've got stronger and stronger. So I know how to do it and I've done it. And then I've just gone back to my old ways and the treating yourself and life, just life, isn't it? Summer, I'm not going to deny myself a cider and a barbecue.
No.
Chocolate Easter egg, yes, please. Maybe 2, maybe 3. And so I've just found it so life-changing that I haven't had to have that devil on my shoulder of the food noise. I was brought up in that era still of those parents that, you know, that post-war era where you have to eat everything that's put in front of you. There's people starving in the world. You get told that, don't you, when you're a kid, that you've got to be grateful for the food in front of you because that was just how our parents grew up through that post-war era. And then it wasn't as plentiful and things. And it sticks with you psychologically. So I've always had to finish a plate of food. I don't have to do that now because I've got this other thing going on through this medication where I can go, I'm full and I'm going to stop now and I'm not going to carry on. There's so much deep psychological trauma around it, isn't there, with food? And we all will get that if you've struggled ever.
Have struggled. Yeah, same. I've struggled my entire life, much like you have with my weight since I can remember being on a diet and being on Slim Fast and doing the Rosemary Connolly workout video at like 13, 14, which is quite shocking, really. I was always the chubby kid. My sister was very slim and skinny. I was always deemed like the kind of chubby one. So actually, ironically, as much as you say, even though our parents are from the same generation, era, whatever, I was almost told, you know, you don't have to eat all that and you shouldn't have all that and you shouldn't have this. So from the opposite way, I felt a bit deprived sometimes. So then I had the secret eating tendencies and like the binge eating tendencies that kind of came out later in my life, and I've always had battles with it. I too, like you, obviously at exactly the same time, because it was one in, all in as we do. If we're going to try this GLP-1 thing, after researching it quite heavily, let's do it together. And yeah, I've not lost the same amount of weight as you, but I didn't have the same amount of weight to lose.
Body percentage
wise, yeah. So I'd put on, like you, I'd got very fit naturally, very lean. I exercised. I went to the gym 5 times a week. My food was very, very well thought out and structured. And then over a period of a couple of years, I sort of gained this 1.5 stone, and I could not get it off. Like you're saying, treat yourself at Christmas, treat yourself at Easter. Every time I had a treat yourself, all-inclusive holiday, whatever, where you'd put on that 3 or 4 pounds, that 3 or 4 pounds then stayed.
Yeah, exactly.
And that went on and on and on. And I
off.
got to the point that it was making me really quite depressed and miserable, and I'd lost my confidence and I felt rubbish about myself, on top of being all these hormonal problems and ageing. This, to me, has changed my life.
Yeah. I think you would get more critique than me in that situation. So if someone has that extra bit of weight to lose, I don't think you get judged as hard, because I think if people don't see that, like, they would perhaps look at you and go, oh, well, why is she on that for? She's tiny, or she's so small anyway. Oh, she doesn't need that. But actually, you've got it through the proper channels. You haven't gone and lied about your weight or anything to get it. So it's like, so yes, it is deemed safe. Like I said, on body fat percentage for a petite pig, anyway, so it just sits differently on you. But I definitely, because I've seen this, smaller people on it will definitely get judged more, and I've been judged for it, and I've had comments like, you've taken the easy route,
it's not easy,
or you're cheating. Had that as well. And or just the disapproving looks, or I just prefer to do it naturally. And it's like, I am doing it because I'm just in control of what I'm putting into my mouth. I know what I was doing wrong. I know I was eating too much. And
but you couldn't stop yourself, could you?
Couldn't stop myself because of that food noise.
This is where Veronica came from.
Absolutely.
This was the
pig.
The pig. No control.
Fat pig.
Fat, greedy monster.
Yeah.
Couldn't get enough of it.
Yeah.
And that's it, because you had this desire to eat like I did, and it is this hunger, or you're trying to replace something that's missing.
The
food.
emotional side of it
oh
is
my goodness.
Deep.
Eat
so
and
deep.
celebrate.
Yeah.
Celebrate and eat.
You're
Trauma
sad.
and eat.
Yeah. Sad. Sad. Get a takeaway.
Tired, get a takeaway.
Yeah.
Celebrate, let's go out. It is life-changing stuff, and it does mean that, like you say, I don't think about food quite in the same way. And also I found that it really helps with things like my inflammation, because I get inflammation from certain other health conditions that I've got. And it generally just make me feel
Same
well.
with my skin. So I've
feel
always
well.
had my
your
bad
skin's
skin.
changed dramatically,
it's
hasn't
improved
it?
tenfold, and that's through the inflammation. I just don't seem to have... I've had a lot of positive changes, and that's why I'm very happy, when they've noticed, because they've noticed it on me.
Oh, significantly on you, because it's a lot.
And they're like, oh, so what... It's the first thing people say. It's like, oh, so what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm on the jabs. Oh, really? And then every time it opens up a conversation. And I think it's a good thing, because we shouldn't be ashamed of it. It works. I want to share this with everyone. It worked for me. Give it a try, and I can tell you all the pros and cons of it, and then it's up to you. But I just think it's a secret that's just not worth keeping. We need to share this with everybody, because it's made me feel a lot more happier.
I know people.
And confident.
I know you do. I know you've got at least one friend that you've got, or two actually, that I can think of.
Yeah.
That you were like, this is what I've done. This is how it worked for me. You could find it would work for you, and those two people it did. I've got someone that I know that I work with that I said to her, look, this is how I've managed this situation. Maybe give it a try, and she did, and she's lost weight and feels fabulous. Because you just got a bit more control
Share
back.
the love for it. It's wonderful. Really wish I was on commission for it. Because,
really wish you were on commission for it.
I'd keep telling everyone about it.
No, like you say, because if it means that when you see that there's people struggling, that this would help them, go for it.
And I know people that are on it, and quite a few people that are on it, and they don't tell anyone. They keep it their dirty secret
because they feel they should have to.
Because people are going to judge them for it. Yeah, such a shame. And I do wonder sometimes, it's like, where does that judgment come from? Is it a little bit of jealousy? Like, why wouldn't you want the best for someone? Why wouldn't you want someone to feel good and feel happy about themselves? Stuff like, like we briefly sort of touched on beauty treatments and Botox and fillers and all of these things that you can get done these days, and that can be a dirty secret for people as well.
People find that really strange. If it ever comes up in conversation, I don't openly just say to people, oh, hi, my name's Penelope, I'm on HRT, GLP-1, I like a bit of Botox, and my hair extensions are in. I don't openly tell people, but I also don't deny, or if people were to ask me, I'll give them an honest answer. And I was having a conversation with some people this week where this got brought up, and I said, oh, I'm all for it. And they look at you, and I was like, yeah, get it in. And then they look at you, and I can see they're looking at me thinking, has she had that done? Is that right? You can't tell.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sat here with all Botoxed up to the hill with my
We
with
are
my
certainly
frozen
not a couple
face.
of Barbie dolls sat here. We are a couple of piggies.
We are a couple of little piggies. Imagine what the hell we'd look like without it. I mean,
We could have been hippos.
We could have been.
We're micro pigs.
Oh my gosh, we are micro pigs.
We're more like
I love that.
Micro pigs.
Micro pigs, they're
so
quite cute.
Yeah.
We're cute little micro pigs. Well, you say one thing that came up with me this week, and it happens to a lot of us, I'm sure. I wear glasses, I have done all my life, or contact lenses, but generally I have glasses. I only wear my contact lenses when I'm going out. So when I'm doing my makeup in the morning, I use my magnifying mirror. You know, the one that's got like a light round.
Oh, yes, I've had one of those.
So I've got my dressing
years.
table. I've then got one of those little sad sun lamps on my dressing table. One, because it gives you a bit of extra natural daylight. Two, well, I want it to stop making me sad in the morning. And then I've got my round makeup mirror that's got the light round it. And I'm there in the makeup mirror, leaning forward, having a good old look. And I sometimes just have to sit back a bit and go, just look at it.
Yeah.
Look at it. Every open pore, every wispy hair, you know, the wrinkles.
It's
the little...
vile, isn't it? I know.
Horrific.
I do this every day because obviously I have to use a magnifying
What a
mirror
way
as well.
to start your day.
I know.
You know? It doesn't help.
It doesn't.
It does not help at all.
No.
It's so
because
upsetting.
other people aren't walking up to you with a magnifying glass and looking at your face like that. But that image is then imprinted on your mind for the rest of the day, isn't it? Because that's the last thing you've seen is that close-up image of that the open pores and...
And then you're doing your makeup and thinking, okay, and then it's like when you're doing your mascara. Why does everybody open their mouth when they do their mascara?
It's physically impossible not to.
Everybody, tell me if you're different. Everybody, you go there, you curl your lashes first or not, and then you do your and you've got your mouth open to do your mascara.
Yeah.
Your eyelashes aren't on your mouth.
Is it taught? You know, like how cats, and they say like, you know, if they fall, they'll naturally turn round into like the standing position, or those things with babies, the you know, like when you knock your knee, like what are those tests called?
Oh, I know what you mean. Like the
reflex,
reactions,
like
reflexes.
Is it a human reflex that you put mascara on, you pull that face, or is it somehow taught? Like subconsciously.
What are you doing while you're doing it? Because I don't think that if you went and had your makeup done by a professional makeup artist,
that they would go.
You know, like when you go to the dentist and they go. They don't do that when you get your mascara done, surely. And I don't think that whenever I've perhaps watched something on the telly where you see the celebrity, you know, like if you're watching any of the Real Housewives and they're getting glam done, I don't think I ever remember watching them like as their makeup artist is putting their makeup on. They've got like a mouth that looks like an arsehole. Because that's where you go. What is that? So all of you, when you put your mascara on, I just want to know, like, please message us. Are you doing this mouth open or mouth shut? Have you even thought about it? You'll find this funny when you do your mascara tomorrow
In your
morning.
magnifying mirror.
In your magnifying mirror.
I have to have a magnifier in my kitchen now as well. Because
To read stuff.
Yeah. So I've got my bifocals on, but oh no, that's not enough. I need the magnifier. Because I can't read back of packets anymore.
And you sometimes have to use your torch on your phone.
Yes.
To put on because you can't read it. Have you done that in a restaurant yet?
Yes, I have.
To do it with a menu.
Unashamedly. You're not going. Yeah, I'm not going to be judged for that.
We've got to stop the judging because, like you say, you know, we spend enough time judging ourselves. I thank you very much.
It's hard enough getting through the day. Less judgment, please. Yes, I've done it in a restaurant. I do it all the time at home. So yeah, I haven't got a problem with it. It's just frustrating. Because it's just an extra tool that you need to carry around with you now as well. But speaking of beauty, have you been watching the new Maths Australia?
Oh, Maths. I love a bit of Maths.
They're so beautiful. I think every season, like, they're just so beautiful. Like, Australia produces really beautiful people for some reason. Maybe it's the climate or something like that.
I don't know, but yes, they are. Beautiful women. Some of them are a little bit mental.
Which makes it even better.
I absolutely love it. This is it for us now. So I'm sure there's other listeners that probably have similar tastes in TV, perhaps, you know, the reality stuff. But Maths is one of our favourites, particularly Maths Australia we like. And this then means that this is dedication. You have to dedicate yourself to the cause now,
There's a lot of
don't you?
time that goes into it. And if you miss episodes, it's a lot of catching up to do. So,
Not
yeah,
only
you
is it
absolutely
catching up, though, is it? It's synchronised catching up.
Because we have to watch it at the same time and message each other.
Well, it's just that's half the fun.
Yeah.
Half the fun is the commentary. You sit there, you're watching it, something happens, you gasp, and all I do is pick up and I can see the little bubbles going that
Typing.
Veronica's typing. and I can see you typing away, and the best thing in the world is when we send exactly the same message to each other about exactly the same person.
It's a lot of crying face emojis, isn't it?
Crying face emojis, shock face emojis, generally saying that, oh my God, what that bloke's a complete wanker.
Or, oh my God, what have they just done? The British one, a lot of it is, what are they wearing? Because there's some
We've
funny
had a lot of what are they
choices.
wearing. We've had that. And the British one tends to be...
I've just realised we're judges. We're maths.
It's funny because I was just
maths.
thinking this as we're talking. We do... Because
we've just contradicted ourselves. However, it's not to their faces, and it's just to each other. So does that make it okay to secretly judge?
Well, we're not judging on the things that we've discussed today. We're not judging saying, judging about people's weight or judging about their HRT choices or judging whatever. I think we're judging on their behaviour in that moment for sure. But I've totally 360'd on two people that I did not like in episode 1, and I have completely changed my opinion of them already.
Wow, well, I know exactly who you're talking about.
So you know who I'm
then.
talking about, and I think that you will also change your opinion on them. Because, like you say, that first bit that you get when you see them, you get all this, that it's all hyped up and dramatized, over-dramatized,
It's editing as well, isn't it? Because they always sort of, if they've been portrayed badly, they always sort of put it down to the editing. But I guess you got to know what you're signing up for with these things as well. You don't have much control over that. And it's such an edited sort of society out there, even down to like us normal people out there, Instagram and the Facebooks and stuff like that. Everything's edited in life, isn't
You do,
it?
because it used to be that you would just say something, do something, type something, write something, whatever. But even now, when you type it and you check it, or you AI it to make it look or sound better.
Yeah.
So yeah, life is completely edited.
Yeah.
This podcast will be edited.
It will, because we'll have to take out all the rubbish bits.
We will have to take out the rubbish
waffle.
bit, the waffles and the ums.
So if you think this is waffle, it's actually the waffle's actually edited out. These are the good bits.
This is the good. These are bits that have been approved by the producer.
Yeah. Yeah. No. There's it takes a lot. It takes a lot.
But I think it's great when you find something like maths, because it's just, do you know what? You absorb yourself in it. For me, it takes me away from the world, the reality of life sometimes.
When it's heavy and, you just need a bit of a laugh, or particularly because some of the behaviours are quite erratic and crazy. So you can kind of almost justify your own erratic and crazy behaviour and go, oh, gosh, I'm not that bad in comparison. And most of the age group on maths are younger than being into the peri.
Yeah, I think they're like in their 30s.
Them.
There's always a token. There is like a token. There's a couple that are like in their 50s.
Yeah, they tend to just. They
have the odd one or two.
Yeah.
Where they have someone that's like in their 50s. A majority of them are probably in like their 30s. Maybe a couple in their 40s. I find it really fascinating.
I wonder if that's because when you like get more into that age bracket, you know exactly what you want, don't you? And you're not going to stand for any rubbish off of people. You I imagine you're probably more focused or more set in your ways and not as pliable in a relationship or something. So probably the most entertaining ones to watch are people that aren't at that stage yet and perhaps a little bit more open, or because it causes more drama, isn't it, when they have the conflict and the
bring on the dinner parties. I can't wait for the dinner parties. Sometimes it's utterly shameful, and it just makes you feel better, but equally I really like it when they do have on the couch of the experts, because I've sat there and sometimes I even get the husband he will tolerate this. There's some programs he won't tolerate, he will tolerate it. And actually sometimes I find the experts' advice, I find it really useful.
Oh, yeah, well, no, we've both said this, haven't we?
And I'll say to him, our marriage isn't perfect. I'm sure lots of people's marriages aren't perfect.
It can't possibly be when you're going through this.
I was going to say the same thing, obviously, of my half of the brain. So we talked about this, I think, on another episode where we were saying that, there are reports of there being lots of marriage breakdowns and relationship breakdowns and divorces as a result of how people have changed so much, but the changes are driven by these hormones. I'm very aware of it, and I say to him, I know there's days when I'm just not the person you need me or want me to be. I get that, and he understands it. But equally, do you know what? He's not perfect. No one is. And when you've been together a long time, you do forget how to be what you once were. But yeah, I think it's great. We've done the challenges before. You know, they do like the little challenges where they'll be like, cuddle for 2 minutes.
Oh, yes.
Or write some things down. Do you remember I told you?
Yes, write stuff down, or
Your top 10 lists
look into
or
each other's
something.
eyes and stuff like that.
We
Yeah.
could probably do that one.
I'm really sorry. I'm going to have to put my trotter up at this point. I'm putting my trotter up again. I'm having a hot flush.
Are you?
Yeah.
But you have got like
I've got a really,
you've got like
really.
take the blanket off.
I was so cold, but I can't because then it's gonna mess up my microphone. So I'm just going to sit
Sweat
here.
it out.
I'm sweating.
Can you take like a slipper off? Maybe take your slippers off. Get the socks off.
Yes, getting a sock off.
Get the trotters out.
Yeah.
That's what I do when I'm
Oh no, I
hot.
haven't painted my trotters, so I don't
if
want
you
to
can't
expose it. I'll just get the heels out.
Take your sock off. If you can't
God.
expose those unpainted trotters to me, then there's no hope.
It shall pass. It shall pass.
I can't even waft you with this bit of paper.
It'll cause too much noise.
Cause too much editing.
Actually, there's a slight waft.
Is there a slight waft?
Waft or waft?
Waft.
Always a waft. Is waft more northern?
I've not really heard of
Midlands?
waft. What's a waft?
So a friend of mine who's in the Midlands, they actually had this whole debate as part of her wedding speech.
Wow.
Is it waft or waft?
I say waft.
I'm a wafter.
I'm a wafter. Waft.
I'm a massive wafter.
You're a huge wafter.
I need a massive wafting right now because I'm positively glowing here.
That's hilarious. I love the way that you're
See,
flashing
honesty,
in live.
and I know you're not going to judge me.
Why would I
for any
judge
of this,
you?
for
I
being
just
a
want to cool
sweaty
you
hot pig.
down.
Yeah.
Says me, who's been talking about my armpit problem for the entirety of 2026, you know? I'm not ashamed.
Yeah.
I'd have got you to the point where I'd be sniffing them and everything to make sure that it wasn't, you know.
I have done that for you, and I would do that for you again. And
I know
I've got
you
no
would.
problem doing
I know
it
you'd be
whenever
honest.
you need
My
me
feet
to.
are quite hot myself now, actually. The temperature's gone up in this room and I've got sort of hot trotters now.
I hope that heating's not on.
We can't
afford to
that.
have that.
Can't afford that.
Absolutely not. What's going on? My husband would judge me if I'd put the heating on, so he better not have put it on.
He wouldn't have put it
dare
on.
he?
How dare he?
Anyway, not that we're judgmental or anything.
No,
so,
there's
yeah.
no judgment here. No judgment here at all.
Well, on that note, I think we've kind of covered what's gone on our week. And again, we've survived. We're here. Please do follow us. We're _Peri-Pigs on Instagram, or peripigcast@gmail.com if you want to send us an email. Yeah, please find us, follow us, and put a comment on, or share us, or spread the
Spread the word. Spread the
oinks.
word.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for listening, guys and gals. I know we have got some guys listening to us as well, so shout out to the
Shout out to the guys that are listening,
Yeah, the
because they
hogs.
need to learn how to manage their fellow piggy wives, girlfriends, partners, whatever we all are.
Have a good week, everybody.
Have a good week,
Over and
guys.
out.